Let's go! Gutter Trash, episode 225. Punk Rock Jesus. My name is Eric.
And I'm Jason.
How's it going?
Me? I'm doing well.
Oh.
How about you?
I was talking to the guy behind you.
Oh. Uh-oh. I didn't realize there was a guy behind me.
He is... yeah. Couldn't commit. Could not commit.
You just didn't want to scare me.
Yeah.
I'm susceptible? Susceptible.
Keep going.
Susceptible.
There we go.
Yeah, I made words. I'm susceptible to, I'm prone to freaking out. Oh. I'm dumb.
Oh, we all are.
Yeah, we are.
I mean the two of us in this room.
Oh, good. There's only two of us.
Yes.
I'm glad you clarified. Because I don't know if you know this, but I'm susceptible. Susceptible. Didn't I say it right once?
Yes, you did.
Susceptible.
And you know the thing is, I don't think that I could if I tried. So I'm not going to. Prone is good.
Yeah, prone. It's less letters. Why does English language have so many words that mean the same thing? Why do we
everybody needs a redundancy plan.
And the thesaurus people need a reason to print.
Well, yeah, what else? I mean, what would writers do if there was only one word to describe the one thing that they want?
That's true. Like if it was just beautiful, and there's another word for beautiful.
Exactly.
Yeah. Or amazing.
Right.
Like all the comic book characters would be the amazing whatever.
Right. Exactly.
There'd be no uncannies.
Or spectaculars or sensationals.
Oh wow.
Nothing like that.
Huh.
Astonishings. Wouldn't happen.
Right.
Yeah.
The susceptible Spider-Man. The susceptible.
The prones.
The prone Spider-Man. Susceptible. I can't get it again. I know I had it a while ago. I'm going to listen to this when I get home. Oh.
Oh, you know that's a lie for multiple reasons.
Yeah, I don't care. Yeah, if there's any part of an equation where the middle part is me listening to this show, then the end result of that equation is unfinished. Incomplete. So how you doing?
I'm okay. I am okay. Hey! Figure, let's do this here up top, and I'll probably do it again down at the bottom.
No, I like that.
But this is a rarity. I have a plug.
Oh?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So this upcoming weekend, March 22nd through the 24th, I will be at the Horror Hound Weekend in Cincinnati, Ohio, at the Sharonville Convention Center. And I will be selling artwork and doing sketches, possibly.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
That's awesome.
And I'll be there hanging out with our man on the street reporter, Kurt Dins.
Oh, yeah. Maybe he can interview you.
Only if I get to pick the one question.
Yeah. Hey, seems fair to me. That would be hilarious, actually.
I don't want to give anyone's hopes up here, but there's a chance we might record a little something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Sweet. Since we're both going to be there together for an entire weekend.
Yeah.
This is the weekend Kurt and I find out we hate each other.
Well, it's about time.
But yeah, we'll be down there selling our wares, our art wares, and hanging out with people like Odorous Urungus and John Carpenter.
If you guys could get Odorous, that would be a good birthday present for me.
I am already trying to formulate a plan to at least get my picture taken with him.
Right, yeah.
You know, and if I can convince Kurt, and then Kurt can convince him to at least do one of those one question interviews, that'd be pretty spectacular.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
That would because the last time that he went to a convention, he did ask me like, you know, who would I want, and he got none of them. But maybe if I'm there in person now,
You can twist his arm a little.
right? Yeah. But yeah, my one that I would absolutely love for him to get is Odorous.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we'll see what happens.
Tell him, you can tell him your co-host, his first concert when he was 14 was his band. You know, might be.
Maybe I should take your Gwar poster that you made and your little cartoon that you did of your first Gwar show.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Give it to him. I don't care.
But yeah, so I'll be doing that this weekend. So if anybody is out in the Cincinnati area this weekend, come by and say hi.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, me and Kurt will be there. Our pal Matt Brassfield, along with Baron von Porkchop and the Terrifying Tales of the Macabre, they'll be there.
It's a star-studded cast.
It is a star-studded cast, and yeah, and I accept credit cards.
Nice. Do you have to phone them into like a home base, or do you have one of those cool like square things?
I got one of them cool square things.
Wow, there you go.
Yeah.
I remember once at Space, someone accidentally almost put an extra 0 on something that Kathleen bought on his square thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, watch out for that, people.
I am not guaranteeing that that's not going to happen.
Yeah,
But I'll try my best.
that's something.
Yeah. So yeah, I just wanted to talk about that up top here. Let people know what's happening.
Sweet.
Yeah. So, Punk Rock Jesus.
Punk Rock Jesus.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Punk Rock Jesus.
Let us about the Punk Rock Jesus talk.
It has begun.
It's a Vertigo comic. Vertigo/DC. Written and drawn by Sean Murphy.
Mm-hmm.
Am I pronouncing that right?
Yes. Yeah, sometimes you're prone to mispronouncing things.
Okay, so we've reviewed a Sean Murphy comic. Sort of.
Joe the Barbarian.
Joe the Barbarian, written by Grant Morrison. I think it's safe for me to say that Sean Murphy may be in my top 5 favorite artists currently working in comics right now.
Wow, yeah. It's high praise.
He's pretty fucking amazing.
I think he deserves that praise.
Yeah.
He's phenomenal.
Yeah. I know about a week ago, he and Becky Cloonan were having like this conversation on Twitter about like, like making like little sketchbooks, to sell at conventions and stuff.
Yeah, okay.
And they were both basically talking about how, they just kind of don't want to do that thing. They want to focus on, just actually making comics.
Right.
And I thought to myself, I would buy the fuck out of like a massive like coffee table art book from either of those two.
Oh, yeah. Or a flip book by both of those two. That'd be cool.
Yeah. Probably cheaper.
Yeah. And
for all of us.
And it would take them less time to put together.
Exactly. But yeah, he's great.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And he's got influences from all over. Like I can definitely see, like, there's parts of it that looked like Akira to me. Like some of the like buildings and, I mean, maybe it's because there's motorcycles and speed lines and buildings a lot, but I mean,
you're a racist.
Just because Sean Murphy is Asian, I figured he has to have read that book. No, but yeah, it reminded me of that, and it reminded me, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, just all over the place. Like
There is like a wide range of influence, but he totally just makes it his own.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah, it doesn't look like anyone. Like it doesn't look like necessarily, manga or heavy metal or superhero art, but it looks like this crazy amalgamation of like 7 styles.
Right.
But not like schizophrenic, not like jumping back and forth,
it's all
just
cohesive.
like coalesced into something beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah. I would say I'm a fan.
Yeah.
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 And so this book, when it came out, when it was being solicited, all I knew was Sean Murphy. I'm in. Didn't know anything about this book prior to any of that.
Right.
Didn't know anything about this book prior to opening up to read it for the show.
Yeah, me neither. Yeah.
Ordered all 6 issues. Waited until they were all here to read it. Figured I probably was going to pick it for the show anyway. So I had no idea what this book was about. I don't know if that was for the better or not, but I do like to go into things knowing as little as possible.
Yeah, me too.
But I can definitely tell you that I loved this book.
Yeah? Yeah?
Loved it.
What is this book about?
This book is about punk rock Jesus.
Oh, yeah.
It's the title. Jesus Christ. That's what it's about.
So punk rock,
it's not.
Punk rock and Jesus, you usually don't see those things together.
Not too often.
Right.
Yeah, I'm sure there's... Well, we talked about it last episode a little bit. There's some Christian punk bands.
There's some Christian punk bands, yeah. But usually, it's like punk rock is a rebellion against Jesus, and Jesus is like,
well, okay. I don't know that it's definitely a rebellion against Jesus.
Well,
but it's definitely a rebellion against, like, organized religion.
Yeah, I mean, like, what Jesus has come to represent. Like,
right.
Like, to me, Jesus is just some dude that was like, chill out, everybody. But
he was Doogie.
Yeah. Doogie. He was Doogie. But, he's come to, like, represent, much more, like, crazy, patterns amongst herd-like mentality people.
Yeah. I agree. It's weird that we're already getting into the philosophical side of this.
Oh, yeah.
Because I am unprepared.
Oh, well, we should just talk about what it's about first.
Okay, all right.
In case somebody's never read it.
Because, all right, so I read this book, and I gotta admit that there was a very small part of me, and this opinion was totally obliterated by the time, I finished reading the book.
Right.
Like all 6 issues. But there was a small part of me, in like the first couple of issues that, I was pissed that there was not even any punk rock or a Jesus.
Right. Yeah.
For like the first half of this book. Spoiler.
Yeah. It does. Both of those things do come into play.
They do. Yeah. And so part of me was like, well, what the shit is this? Sean Murphy's a lying bastard. But it all works. It all works towards the ultimate, overarching story. By the time you get to the end,
right?
And it's just a slow character build up thing, and it totally works. But basically, what this story is about. It's mostly about a reality television show set in the near future, where they've decided to clone Jesus and raise him from birth.
Yeah. Yeah. Why not?
Yeah. Sure. Because, you know what they say, just because you can, you should.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Right, that's what they say.
Right. Could not, should. That's the way you think about it.
So yeah, and then, obviously, that whole premise, is going to have some flaws, and some characters aren't going to like what happens.
Oh, yeah. Therein lies the interesting parts.
Yes. Well, I mean, the whole thing is interesting.
Oh, yeah, it's a neat concept.
Yeah.
I mean, it's obviously, commentary on what we as a society deem entertaining and holy, maybe, all at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it does have, like, a very punk rock flavor to it, like the subversiveness of, kind of poking fun at religion and the entertainment industry.
Right. And the American public.
Yeah, exactly. And the people that make those things, what they are.
They are, right, yeah. And then, it's throughout the book, it's more of a, it's a worldwide phenomena, but definitely focuses more on the American aspect of it, because, clearly the American point of view is like kind of permeated throughout the world anyway.
Oh yeah.
Like everybody has their perception of what we are and what we're like and what we like.
Right.
And generally is, awful things.
They think that we're all just cowboys that watch Two Girls, One Cup over and over and over. While listening to, or watching like American Idol or something.
Right,
like
yeah. But hey, guess what? Other countries are just as bad.
What? No.
Just saying. That's right. I hate everything that's not American.
Yeah, there we go.
If you're not American, get the fuck out.
Love it or leave it. Right, whatever.
Pardon.
So yeah, they make this clone of Mr. Jesus.
Yeah, Mr. Jesus.
And he didn't go to Jesus school for 4 years just to be called Jesus.
Well, then wouldn't he be Dr. Jesus?
Yeah, he's Dr. Jesus. Yeah.
Yeah, so basically they've cloned Jesus from the Shroud of Turin. They found a virgin mother to bear him, a girl who's never had sex, but they implant him with implants the Jesus egg.
Yeah.
And then things go horribly awry from there.
They do. They do.
There's a group of like diehard, I don't know about fundamentalism, but
Jesus freaks.
Yeah, Jesus freaks, diehard Jesus freaks who are like completely opposed to this entire television program and then the experiments and everything.
They think it's just debauchery.
Right. They essentially become terrorists, but they also become characters in the show.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. They become kind of like the villains of the TV show.
Right.
The Cobra or whatever.
But the story does focus a lot on, well, not a lot, but I would say more than any other character, on the security, the head of security for the show.
Brock Simpson.
Yeah. Kind of like if Brock Sampson looked exactly like Frank Castle.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was going to say. He was kind of like a little bit of both, because he's not as over the top, but
as either.
Right.
Yeah. But, and I don't mean that as an insult either.
Oh, yeah, he's a great character.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, there's a reason he's a popular character on the show within this book, is because in the book he's a great character.
Yeah, definitely.
And he's got a lot of depth and layers to him.
Like, I think the book actually opens on his story, doesn't it?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it is his story a lot, and it is, he's the one character, I think, who has the most, revealed about him throughout the book.
Right.
Like, just from his past through, because, the book starts out, like I said, in the near future, and then, by the end of the 6th issue, I think like 15 to 20 years have passed, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Close to 15. But he's featured in every issue, and like we get a little more of a glimpse of his life and why he is the way he is.
And he really develops, like his character changes a lot.
Right, yeah.
Maybe not. I was gonna say maybe more so than Chris, the Jesus clone, but no. I mean, they're both changed quite a bit during the.
I think quite a lot of the characters all like, and that's one of the things I loved about this book so much is that like, you know, like I said, I was like a little bit disappointed. Like in the first issue, I was like, there was no punk rock or Jesus in this. You know, it's because you know Sean Murphy took his time to flesh out every character as much as possible.
Yeah, he's really good with that.
Yeah, and like just every character, maybe except for one, you know, just sort of has, you know, like they go through a lot of changes throughout the entire 6 issues, and this is a very dense book.
Oh yeah, it really is.
Yeah, and which is another thing that I really liked.
Oh man, like.
Well, let's just say I liked everything about this book.
This book is packed. I mean, first of all, there's no ads.
Right.
And that's fucking awesome.
I did not even notice.
Yeah? I mean, that's like the main reason I would want to read trades is because there's no ads. Yeah.
Well, there's that big-ass Borderlands ad on the back.
Well, I mean,
the covers, but, well, just actually the back covers.
Yeah.
Inside back and back, because the inside front is the credits.
Yeah.
Wow, I did not notice that while reading it.
That's interesting. Maybe you read a lot of the trades. Maybe.
I do read a lot of trades. I read some digital books. But I think, you know, I skip over ads.
Right. Yeah.
The only time I don't skip over an ad is when it's an ad that's like a comic page, and they trick me.
Oh, yeah, didn't you hate that? It's like those DC shoes and stuff like that. Fuck that, people. Don't fuck with us. Don't fuck with us. We'll go crazy.
Playing T-ball.
Yeah.
Oh, man, those were the worst.
Oh. I do miss the Hostess Twinkie ads.
Oh, sure.
Those were fun. Yeah. You can do those.
Yeah, those are
if
fun.
you want to bring those back. But don't do it sarcastically.
No,
Just do them as horribly as they always were.
Stay true to form.
Yeah, don't parody them.
Because I already know that I'm never going to eat a Twinkie.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
They're out of business, right?
Well, actually, no.
Oh, they're back?
Some company bought the rights
okay.
to use the recipes and distribute under like the original names of the items.
They can still call them
So
Twinkie.
it's not Hostess, but they are Twinkies and Ding Dongs and whatever
it's
else.
It's like Nabisco Twinkies or whatever.
Something, yeah. I can't remember the actual company, but it just happened like last week. Something.
Huh. That's cool.
But yeah, I'm never gonna have a Twinkie ever again.
Yeah, me neither.
Like I had one like 2 years ago, and I was like, "This is fucking disgusting."
Oh yeah, they're awful. I never liked Twinkies. I liked the other stuff they made.
I like some of the other stuff better.
But yeah, I never liked a Twinkie.
But I probably liked Twinkies when I was like, little.
Even then, like I was like, give me those yellow cupcakes or whatever. Or even those horrible fruit pies that are like hard on the outside. And, yeah, give me any of that stuff over a Twinkie.
Yeah. But I love the ads.
Oh yeah, good stuff.
But yeah, I'm like, my mind is almost blown that there are no ads in this book. Did not know that. Didn't realize it. Actually.
Yeah, that is interesting. I mean, maybe that is from reading. I mean, because there are no ads in trades and like people. We are reading more trades, so.
But I do read a lot of single issues.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I do read my fair share of Marvel and DC books, so there are ads. And
maybe that just proves your point that you really do skip over the ads. Like I try to, but it always bugs me when especially I've noticed in Marvel, like if there's only like maybe 1-2 page spread in every Marvel comic, and everything else is 1 page of ad, 1 page of comic.
Oh yeah,
and it drives me crazy.
Terrible about that. I remember about that Iron Man Fantastic Four miniseries, the one that Seth Fisher drew.
Yeah.
Seth Fisher.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Yeah. Like about that, I'm so excited, and then I read it, and every other page was an ad.
Yeah.
Every other page, and it was like a $4 comic. I was like I got fucked.
Yeah.
Like I felt like I got fucked.
And it's not just Marvel.
No, but I think they're the worst.
Yeah.
Or at least at one point in time, they were the worst.
Even Dark Horse, I like them because they put it all in the back.
Right. Which Image does the same.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
At least they do that, but still, it's just like that. This is really great. It was like a $3 book with no ads, and
right.
It was black and white,
right?
But I think that did nothing but make it better.
It.
Yeah,
right.
His art looks so much better in black and white.
I think so too. I mean, his art's great, like, no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
Joe the Barbarian was beautiful.
It was great, but like now I'm thinking like I would love to see a black and white version of Joe the Barbarian.
Right? Yeah. Again, he's a creator that I follow on Twitter, and I know he was a little iffy about the black and white because there is a trade coming out soon for this book. And he was talking about how maybe if you had done color, maybe it would have been a little more successful.
Huh.
Because I guess maybe it didn't do as well as he had hoped.
Right.
I bought it.
No. Yeah, we sold, as much as we usually do a Vertigo book, we sold
like 2 copies.
We sold, yeah.
That is not a thing about Vertigo. That is a thing about the people who come into your store.
Yeah. I think most Vertigo books we only order half a dozen of. But yeah, we sold the same amount of this as we do like the Unwritten or something that's got a lot of acclaim, which is like 5 copies maybe.
Right.
But
yeah, that book has been around for a while, and then this is like a pretty, it was a new book, fairly. I don't know that Sean Murphy, other than Joe the Barbarian and some random Hellblazer stuff.
Did American Vampire for a little bit.
Did he?
Or I think he did the miniseries.
Okay,
it was like Survival of the Fittest or something.
Yeah. And I know that he had some not self-published. Maybe he probably had some self-published stuff, but I think he did a couple of independent books. From like some of the smaller companies, some years ago. But I don't know. Like, I love him. I think he's pretty damn great, and I'm certainly going to be looking for anything else that he does in the future.
Oh yeah.
But at the same time, and just because I think he's awesome, doesn't necessarily mean that he's well known. So I don't know how well known he is.
I've never heard our mainstream comic fans mention him.
Right.
We sold Joe the Barbarian pretty well, but I think it was because Grant Morrison wrote it.
Of course, right? Yeah.
But yeah, he's incredible. I would probably buy a G.I. Joe comic if this guy drew it, because reading this book, there's a lot of dudes with weird costumes and guns, and I was like, man, I would love to see him draw even just G.I. Joe covers. That would be awesome.
Yeah, he could be great on a Punisher book too.
Yeah, clearly.
He clearly is good at drawing that type of character.
Yeah.
But no, he's got a new book with Scott Snyder. I think it was just solicited.
Oh, the Wake.
Yeah. Really looking forward to that. I ordered that already. But yeah, he's definitely one of those guys that no matter what he does from this point on, I'm always gonna make a point to try to get it.
Definitely.
Just based on the fact that he is involved.
Right.
Honestly, I don't know what the hell the Wake is about.
Yeah.
I like him, and I like Scott Snyder. I'm in. I'm sold.
Yeah. What? Yeah. Is this the first thing he's written? Because I'm not familiar with his independent stuff. Did he write that stuff?
Again, I don't know too much about that stuff, but I'm gonna guess yes.
Because I gotta say, I did go and going, oh, he wrote under this, and then because he's an amazing artist.
Because you still think it's 1992.
Well, because
and artists can write.
Well, I know some of us can, but I've read
Spawn doesn't count.
I've read Deathstroke, and it's amazing. No, but no, I honestly was like, this guy is so good at drawing that he's clearly not going to be good at writing,
You were wrong.
I was wrong, yeah. It's very good. The character, the dialogue is great, and the characters are interesting, and the situations are, it's a fast moving comic. There's a lot of jumps,
Right.
But I think it works. It doesn't seem like, whoa, wait, buddy, what? The only thing I would say is I did feel like it needed to be maybe a 7 or 8 issue series, because the end was just kind of all crunched together.
Yeah, I agree with you. But I think that may also just be because I was loving what I was reading. There's that inclination of I wish there was.
You
more.
wish there was more. Well, I
But
feel
I
like,
do agree with you. The ending does feel a little rushed.
yeah, I mean, like, I would admit, I would say like maybe 20% of that was me wanting just to read more, more of the story, but it seemed like a lot happened in the last issue, and a lot of the things that happened seemed like big things that happened really quickly.
Right.
So
to the point where, I mean, it's almost anticlimactic.
Right, yeah. I mean, it feels more like the last couple of pages feels more like something, from a Simon Bisley comic to me. Just like crazy and weird and violent. And,
Right.
Like, fuck you, motherfucker, end credits, and I was like, that's cool. I mean, that's fun. And that is kind of punk rock, but, so I don't know. I mean, it works. I mean, I think maybe, I don't know, maybe he was trying to keep it all like visceral and punk rock because, I mean, like the black and white makes it kind of punk rock because I think of, all the punk magazines and even record covers that I've seen over the years that are, just black and white scans of.
And then having no ads is like a big fuck you to the man.
It is. Yeah, I mean, it was very good. It was, and it was fun, but it wasn't super funny, but there were a couple of moments when Thomas was asked what his favorite video game is, and like he doesn't talk very much, and then like just like the word balloons are like bunched together because showing like how fast he answers. He's just like Contra. And I like actually laughed. I was like, "That's great. Yeah, that's perfect."
That's the thing. It goes back to what I was saying. Like everyone in this book is so well rounded.
Yeah,
and like he's this tough as nails, strong silent type, and then he throws out that, and it's a funny moment,
right?
And then as the reader, you become invested, and you begin to care about the characters, and like there's an emotional involvement.
Oh yeah.
In fact, sure. There's even an emotional involvement with a character who doesn't talk at all. To the point where, slight spoiler, when that character dies, and I'm just like, no. I'm not going to say who. I will point it to you so that we can keep it silent.
Is it? No? Okay.
Although, yes.
Yeah.
Also.
Huh. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Duh. Yeah, exactly. I mean, and that's a sign of good writing.
Oh, yeah.
I'm actually really excited to see him write and draw something else.
Me too. Yeah. Like I said, I'm in no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like I was. Like I said, like there was some hesitation after I read the first issue. I was like, "Oh, what's happening here? What's going on?"
Right.
And by the time I got to the third issue, I was just like, "More,
Yeah.
Just keep it coming."
You know what I think it is, and I was like debating whether I should even bring this up because, I swear I don't bring this up to talk smack about anyone.
All right.
But I think I thought this was going to be like a Nate Powell book.
Okay.
And let me say this right now. I fucking love Nate Powell. And
we've read two of his books. We've discussed it.
I hope he does 1 million more comics.
Right.
And I will read them all.
Right.
But
we've been disappointed by them.
Yeah, like I think my favorite thing about him is he is a phenomenal artist, like maybe in my top 10 favorite comic artists ever.
Right. An incredibly nice guy.
Incredibly nice guy. He's super cool.
Yeah.
We've talked to him a few times at shows. But I just like every time we read one of his stories, I'm like, the story is just, I just can't get into the story really.
Right.
Or there's like, even if I can get into the story, there's something about it that just doesn't work for me.
Right.
But,
like it feels like, and again, we've repeated this multiple times already, but it always feels like with a Nate Powell book, like he is on the verge of doing something amazing.
Exactly.
And just for whatever reason, just
it doesn't
to
click.
us anyway, it doesn't click.
Yeah, I mean, he's one of words. Maybe we're just fucking idiots.
Could be. We have proved that many
time and
times.
again.
This episode alone.
We're susceptible to being idiots. Susceptible? Episcoparian?
Perceptual.
I said it once. Susceptible. I'm gonna remember it. Susceptible. Okay. But, yeah, so, like, I kind of thought, I was like, oh, this is gonna be, like, a Nate Powell book. I'm gonna just fucking love the art every single panel.
Right.
But I'm gonna, just be disappointed by the way the story unfolds.
Right.
But no, this was great.
Oh yeah. Like I said, it took me about the first two issues to warm up to it, but then once that was done, I'm on board. I'm in for the ride. And not that I thought that the first issue was bad or anything. It was just like, well, what the hell's happening?
Right.
That was my response.
Right.
Which honestly is, not a negative thing at all either.
Yeah.
Because it means that it keeps me coming back.
I'd like to see this made into a film.
Okay.
Because you can hear it sounds like the music would add a lot.
The music would add a ton, yeah. I don't know, on one of my other podcasts, just this past weekend, I spent an awful lot of time talking about how, not everything needs an adaptation.
Yeah, it's true. That's true.
I'm sure, I'm sure if this got optioned as a movie or a TV show or whatever, Sean Murphy would make a lot of money, and I'd probably watch it. And good for the both of us.
Yeah, I don't think it needs to be, but personally, I would love to see it.
Yeah, I think mostly, just for the music would add something to it.
I want to know what the Flak Jackets sound like.
Right, yeah.
I'm guessing they sound like the last punk rock band in New York, but
right, yeah. Okay, can we get nitpicky?
Oh yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
We've built them up enough. Let's tear them down.
Oh yeah. Fuck you, Sean Murphy.
I don't like the way you spell your name. I like Hawn. I even like Haun. But Ean, fuck you, sir. I'm done. Over to you.
So, in the year 2020, or whenever, the bulk of the punk rock action takes place in, do you think punk rock would actually still be, that sort of, teenage rebellion, fuck the world kind of music, or, look at the state of punk rock now.
Right.
And just how watered down and commercialized it is.
And there are, there's a lot of bands that they still go under the moniker of punk,
right.
But, they're more hardcore, they're almost like crusty metal bands.
Right.
And,
it seems to me like the type of bands that do sort of personify, what I think, punk used to do.
Right.
Are, they're not punk bands anymore. They're they're almost anything. It's just dudes who,
right.
Trek their gear from like Brian John Mitchell is punk rock.
Yeah, he's punk as fuck.
Right, but he plays sad droney music or, acoustic, stuff that I don't like. Sorry, Brian.
But his ethics are way
exactly.
more. But you know what? I bet that is probably just more of a commentary because if this kid was raised as a probably millionaire reality show guy,
right,
this would be his version of punk rock.
Well, yeah.
And it is sort of pointed out because at one point I think it's the bass player. He gets so excited to meet Thomas, the bodyguard from the TV show,
right,
that he wants to just quit the band and hang out with him. And that's not very punk rock either. But that might be more of just his social commentary.
All right, yeah. Like I said, it is a stupid nitpicky thing, but it didn't hurt anything. It was just one of those things.
I know what you mean though. Punk rock, it is weird though because punk rock is really only 35 years old,
right? Which
is bizarre. So it is a pretty new form of music. So it probably hasn't changed as much as jazz even, or whatever. Because it's a pretty new form. So
right,
we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it changes. Yeah. But I bet there'll always be people that do the old school Liberty Spikes and dog tags and.
But at this point in time, if we saw somebody now, dressed like an old school punker, we would just think,
what a poser.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just me. Just a thought that occurred.
Yeah.
Because we know that punk rock is dead.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
If Green Day has a traveling play on Broadway, yes,
Yeah.
punk rock is over.
All right, here's two things that I actually just discovered like half an hour before you came over. There are two versions of Black Flag running around right now.
Oh really?
Yes. Reunited versions of Black Flag. One of them is called Black Flag with Greg Ginn and Ron Reyes, who I think was the second singer for Black Flag, and then other guy.
Robo or no?
No, not Robo. Yeah. Like if it was a member of Black Flag, I would have said there.
Oh, okay, just some other guy.
Just some other guy.
Yeah.
And then there's The Flag, which is Chuck Dukowski, Bill Stevenson, Keith Morris, and then someone who I can't remember.
Huh.
Touring as that. So it's and I know that there's already there's a version of the Dead Milkmen, or not the Dead Milkmen, Dead Kennedys out there touring,
Right.
but
Without Jilla.
right, yeah. So it's basically like all these old punk bands, like the guys who to me anyway, personify punk.
Right.
They're all getting together and reuniting and putting out reunion albums,
And they're all 50.
reunion tours,
Yeah.
and they're 50 and. They're just doing it because they're cashing in.
Yeah.
Punk rock is dead.
Yeah, it's become, I mean, it's sad to say because I think some of the bands that, we were just talking about or that you just named have some of the best punk rock records ever recorded.
Right.
But they've all kind of become pretty homogenized as far as
Right.
like you can go to the mall and buy $30 Black Flag t-shirts.
Right.
But you can't buy a Black Flag record and no one seems to mind.
Right.
Yeah.
It's weird, because, just speaking of Black Flag, there's Henry Rollins, obviously, who, he's sort of like this punk icon, but, I've heard him say in interviews, he's like, I'm not punk.
Yeah.
I live in a mansion.
I've heard him refer to himself as an aging alternative
icon.
Yeah.
But in a way, by him saying that, it's pretty punk.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah. Maybe he knows that. Maybe
Yeah.
he's just playing you.
Exactly, or the fact that he'll, in his words, scam his way into a movie.
Yeah. He is awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Would you agree that he's one of the top 3 coolest people on the planet?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah. You hope he,
Other than me and you, of course.
Of course,
Yeah.
right. That goes you,
Oh,
then me.
oh, I was going to say the same thing.
Yeah. Then Henry Rollins.
All right.
And
And then the rest of these assholes.
then
out
the
there.
rest of the people, yeah. And Sean Murphy is probably 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brian John Mitchell's 12.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kurt Denn's 35.
Yeah, 40 maybe.
Yeah. Maybe that's even generous.
No, all these people are awesome.
Yeah.
What was Kurt's band, Hoboken?
Apocalypse Hoboken.
Apocalypse Hoboken, yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty punk.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He, after our brief conversation last episode about Christian punk bands, and we talked about MXPX, he sent me a text message, I guess, when he was listening to the show, saying that, MXPX is vaguely Christian.
Right.
And he was like, yeah, we toured with them on the Warped Tour.
Wow.
And I wrote him back. I was like, I keep forgetting that at one point in time you were a touring rock star.
Yeah. Wow. And now he's our Anderson Cooper.
Gay.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. He's totally gay. And who would have thought? Well, once you see that beard, you're like, gay. Yeah. It's pretty obvious.
I wish I was smart enough to talk about more of the the philosophical things or political aspects of this book.
It's satirical. I mean, we like satire.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't have to know all the, I don't know, intricacies.
Right. Yeah. But I mean, like I kind of almost wish like we could have like a lively debate.
Oh, you mean like about the IRA and all that stuff?
All that, and like just religion in general.
Okay.
Because you are of the faith.
I am of the faith,
and I am not.
Yeah. Oh, that would be a good. That would be a good thing.
I can't get into any kind of back and forth with
Right.
it. I'm just
We're both just too tired. And
There's that.
And I don't mean just like we're ready to fall asleep. It's just we're old enough that I don't think either one of us care what other people think.
yeah, that's true too. When I was 18, I would have.
Oh, yeah.
Let's do this.
Yeah, well, when I was 18, I would have been like, yeah, fuck Jesus,
It's true. Right.
So,
yeah. People thought I worshipped Satan when I was a teenager.
I tried to make people think I worshiped Satan when I was a teenager, Shock value was in.
Right. I wasn't doing it for shock value. I wasn't even, doing anything Satan-y or anything like that. People just assumed.
Because you were, like, quiet and dressed in black?
Yeah. I mean, I didn't, always dress in black.
Right. But yeah, I'm sure you had a black hoodie or something.
No.
No? Okay.
I had a black leather jacket. But that's only because my brown leather jacket got ruined.
It got what?
Ruined.
Oh.
In the rain.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's a bummer.
I mean, I liked X-Men comics and, sure, I listened to metal and industrial, but,
Did you play Dungeons and Dragons?
No.
Oh, no.
No. No.
Because that's the devil's game. No, but I mean,
I didn't even like horror movies as much as I do now.
Right.
I liked them, but,
You weren't obsessed with them.
Right. Like, back in the day, I wouldn't have just watched 3 horror movies in a row.
Oh, wow. Did you today?
Not today. But,
The last 3 movies you
I
watched?
watched 2 horror movies last night.
Wow.
I have nothing to do on Sundays.
You're just trying to beat that guy by doing two horror movies a day.
Yeah, except I'm not going to watch a movie tonight.
Aw.
So
Is this your first one?
Yeah.
Aw. You sacrificed it for this show? What the fuck were you thinking?
I know. But also I don't know. I still have work to do.
Yeah.
So maybe I'll still
Put one on at
a
least.
short one.
Right, there you go.
Before I go to bed.
A horror short film, yeah.
Yeah, depending on what time we get finished here.
You could put Werewolf of Ohio Part 2 in there. It's like
Not gonna
it's like 40 minutes.
Not gonna happen. We're not even talking about Punk Rock Jesus anymore.
Yeah, I
That's
think we're
okay.
done. Yeah.
I was working on this illustration that I plan on taking to the show with me this weekend, and I was it's monsters, and I drew a werewolf, and
Sweet.
I was coloring it, and decided to use myself as a reference. So I did a Google image search for a Werewolf of Ohio, a VHS that I drew the cover for like about a year ago.
Nice.
Let that sink in.
Wait a minute. That format's been gone for centuries.
Because I wanted to see how I colored his shirt and his pants,
Okay.
and also like facial features and stuff like that. So
you could recreate the color scheme or
at
vary
least,
it?
I wanted to because with the Werewolf of Ohio cover that I drew, I was trying to do sort of my take on the classic Lon Chaney version of the Wolfman.
Okay.
And so the version that I'm drawing now for this print that I want to hopefully have done, if I stay up till 2 a.m.
Right.
every night between now and Wednesday.
Wow. It's dedication.
Yeah. Yeah, it's time to get up at 5 too.
Ooh.
So no, it's a Lon Chaney type Wolfman that I wanted to draw. So I just wanted to, because I based it on a toy that I used to have when I was a kid.
Oh, wow.
A Wolfman toy. So I wanted to see what color I colored his shirt and pants. So I did a Google image search for my own cover that I have on my blog. I know exactly where I can go find it.
It's fun to Google yourself.
It is. And I found a very negative review of Werewolf of Ohio.
Oh, really?
That used the cover as their image for the review.
Aw. Did they have anything bad to say about your cover?
No, they didn't have anything to say about the cover.
Oh, well, then that's fine.
Yeah. In fact, I was a little upset that they didn't say, well, like, as a positive, the cover looks great.
Right.
Yeah.
I think that movie is super fun, but maybe it's just because I know a lot of people in it, including myself. But yeah, I think it's a fun movie.
Punk Rock Jesus.
Yeah.
The trade is coming out soon. I think if you haven't gotten the hint that we both recommend it, then you're an idiot.
Yeah. Right. And Mavericks will have a copy. I ordered a copy.
Yeah.
So it'll sit there forever.
Good.
Like most black and white comics at Mavericks.
Right. And also this one is about Jesus. Nobody wants to read about Jesus.
Oh, heck no, not in this world.
And everybody knows that it's not really punk rock. It's not Blink 182. It's not punk rock.
Yeah.
It's not Good Charlotte.
Oh, nice. It's not Crazy Town. Nobody even knows who that is.
I sadly do.
Yeah, I was like, because nobody from the punk rock scene knows who that band is, and nobody like young enough to be like hip knows who that band is. It's just losers who lived through the '90s like us. That's who knows who Crazy Town is.
Butterfly, right?
Butterfly.
Yeah.
Oh, one of my top 10 least favorite songs ever recorded.
When I first moved out of my parents' house, my life quickly fell apart shortly thereafter. I was working I was working at a comic shop, which but only part-time, which meant that I had many hours of the day in which I was doing nothing, and so I would stay up till the wee hours of the morning. And at the time, I was listening to Loveline a lot.
Oh.
And I was in this office on the computer, writing or just looking at porn or whatever.
Right. Let's be honest here.
Yeah. Downloading songs. But I would be listening to Loveline, and then Loveline would eventually end. And then the first song after Loveline would 90% of the time be Butterfly by Crazy Town.
If I could listen to those classic episodes of Loveline, I would tolerate Butterfly right after it. Because that was like probably my favorite thing to, like, entertainment-wise,
right,
to like listen to or read or watch or whatever. I look forward to that every night, like you wouldn't believe.
Right.
Like it was like,
oh, me too, man.
my favorite. Yeah,
that was like the prime of Loveline, I think.
Yeah, I actually still have some, like, I think I have like 4 cassette tapes that I recorded. Like one week they did the best of Loveline, and they had like they would put like clips of Tom Arnold and David Allen Greer and ICP and like Be Real and all these people in there. And I recorded those, and I still have them. And occasionally, like I know I've even listened to them like when me and you went to comic conventions,
right,
and like I always put on my Walkman when I go to sleep, and I listen to Loveline sometimes. It's so good.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So what do you think about calling this a short episode?
I'm fine with that.
Like, I know that I don't have really anything to nothing happened to me this past week.
Yeah, me neither, really. Nothing worth mentioning. Just a lot of work.
Yeah, same here. Real work, and just trying to make sure I can get all this artwork done by Thursday to get it to the printer in time. So once again, I'm going to go ahead and plug Horror Hound Weekend, March 22nd through 24th, Cincinnati, Ohio, Sharonville Convention Center. Come out, say hi, buy some art.
Yeah.
And then, go get Doug Bradley's autograph.
Yeah.
For $30 or whatever it'll be.
Probably, yeah.
I don't know. I don't even know if he's going to be there. But the cast of The Walking Dead will.
I bet that'll be crazy.
Oh, yeah. Well, I went to the one last year in Cincinnati, and it was in a different venue, so it was in a hotel, which was like Well, they moved it to the convention center, so hopefully there's a lot more elbow room.
Right.
Because that was the biggest problem when I went just as a fan last year, was that there was no room to walk around.
Oh, that's terrible.
And I was in the middle of the hallway when they announced the Walking Dead panel, and I got trapped.
Yeah.
And just like if
It's like Walmart on Black Friday.
yeah. It's like if you had like just a box of action figures and you were just trying to cram in as many as you possibly
You're like,
could.
I'm going to grandma's for a week.
Right,
I need Squid Head and Dr. Zarkov.
So hopefully there's a little more room to move around a little bit. But yeah, I'm sure the Walking Dead panel will be just as crazy as it was the previous year.
Well, I hope you have fun, and I hope the listener goes. But if you can't go, you should go to the Gym City Comic Con in Dayton, Ohio, at the Nutter Center on the same exact weekend.
Yeah,
because Stan Sakai and Joe Staten and Howard Chaykin and Tim Seeley, a bunch of good dudes will be there. Justin Watson, Bruce Hughes.
Justin Watson will not be there.
Oh, that's right. I think he's kids due or something.
Yeah, something like that. But he will have a table though. He just won't actually be there.
Oh, actually, I think his kid's already born. I think she came early.
Oh, okay.
But,
Well, then maybe he will be there.
Yeah, you never know. Maybe he'll have the kid.
No, there you go. Because who wouldn't take a 2-day-old to a comic convention?
Yeah. It would be silly not to at this point. But Mavericks will be there selling our wares.
Mavericks, that's your store.
And we're even sponsoring the Magic the Gathering tournament.
Why?
Because we're dumb.
Isn't that usually a Bell Book and Comic thing?
We're splitting it with Bell Book this year.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, come to one of those shows. And maybe both. They're both 2 days.
Yeah, go to both. Well, technically, mine is 3 days.
What? It's Friday, Saturday, Sunday?
Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I'll be there all 3 days.
Wow, I didn't know it was all day Friday too.
Yeah, not all day Friday. I think
Okay.
it starts at 5 on Friday.
Still.
Come out Friday night.
Yeah.
And then come out, and then do Gem City on Saturday, and then come back to
There you
Cincinnati
go.
on Sunday.
There you go. That's a weekend. I'm sure we'll have stories to tell next time.
Oh, I'm sure. But yeah, so I should probably
Oh yeah, you gotta pick
I'm
something.
gonna
Right?
pick a movie for our next episode, which I have no idea when we'll actually get to record.
3 weeks from now.
Okay. Because we usually do a movie episode on a Sunday, and we're both going to be busy this Sunday.
We're going to be working Sunday. Yeah,
Yeah.
we're working, man.
Yeah, and I'm going to be busy Monday as well. So,
Ooh.
and I don't know that I'm going to have the energy to do it this Thursday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think I can't this Thursday.
So we may
May have a skip week.
have a skip week.
Yeah.
But when we do come back from our very short hiatus, and also maybe there'll be like a little filler episode we can do.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
But when we do come back for a full episode, the movie we are going to watch is I do the Miss Classics sometimes, and this is one that it's one of those, like I said before, it's one of those things where you say that you've never seen this movie, and then people just get visibly upset with you. You're just like, oh, I can't believe you've never seen that. You should fucking burn in hell.
Is it Cabin Boy?
We have already done Cabin Boy.
But people say it all the time.
I know, but I've already seen it,
Yeah.
and I love it.
As all should.
Exactly. Go back, episode 13.
Wow, how'd you know that? Really?
I think so.
Wow. It's impressive.
14, maybe.
Either way.
Top 15.
I'm just impressed you remember that we watched it.
Oh, yeah. I'll never forget the first time I watched Cabin Boy.
Was that the first time you
Yeah.
watched it? Okay, wow. Yeah, awesome.
It was a Miss Classic.
Oh, yeah, was it?
Who's even doing it back then?
Wow.
So this Miss Classic, this movie that people get so angry at me for saying I've never seen it. Well, fuck you guys. Shut the hell the fuck up. I'm gonna watch this thing now. We're gonna watch a movie. Miss Classic.
Yeah.
Mother Jugs and Speed.
Hell yeah, we are. Oh, and that will be the best night of both of our lives.
Should I give a little background on this? Or should we just wait?
Look it up, people.
Yeah.
Look it up. Oh, it's worth the extra effort to look that up. Mother, Jugs, and Speed.
Yep.
Sweet.
All right, then. So maybe not next week, but maybe 2 weeks here. Mother, Jugs, and Speed. That's what we'll watch.
Awesome.
All right, then. Good night.
Nighty-night.
Thank you for listening to Gutter Trash. You can subscribe to the show from guttertrash.net or from iTunes and leave us a review. Visit guttertrash.net for email information, links to our Facebook and Twitter pages, and for other podcasts and websites in the Gutter Trash Network. Thanks again for listening, and we'll see you next time.